How y'all doing, people? This is Lucifer here, business spiritual consultant. I know I said it was going to be my last video, but I feel like I need to clarify something before I actually do that. Let me clarify the reason why I'm extra heated right now. So basically, last week, right? 2 weeks last week. Well, basically, it was the same week actually. Um, he was out like Elmera, Bakar Elmera, Leonard Elmera decided to make a video talking about EA, right? I saw it. I was kind of like, okay, this nigga just looking for trouble, right? That didn't work. And then he made another video insulting, saying like a bunch of people on YouTube, a bunch of voodoo people on YouTube aren't real voodoo people. I don't know how you would know that. I don't know how you would actually know that. I don't know. Whatever, right? I don't know. It felt to me like he was looking for some clout because you just did a video talking about EA. You know how I feel about you talking about EA, and then you make another video. You make another video talking, against fucking, another kind of spiritualist and shit, and that didn't work. Nobody answered you. Nobody answered you back. Nobody cared, right? So I was like, after three videos of him clout chasing, I'm like, you know what? He's the recent. I'm the recent clout that he had. So let me talk to this brother for 2 seconds. So I'm kind of like, in this video, I'm very positive. I'm like, yo, bro, like, step your game up. You don't need this shit in your life, man. Try to find some positivity in your life. Try to do something, you know what I mean? Like, step your game up. Raise your vibration, because you're on a low vibration right now. You're on a low vibration. Raise your vibration, bro. Nigga, 2 days later, he comes out with a video saying he sold 2 watches for $30,000. Now, peep the game. Peep the fucking game here, right? Peep the hustle, right? So maybe he didn't do $30,000 on the 2 watch, but he made a couple money, right? Maybe 5,000, 10,000, something like that, right? So he takes that money. He pays a girl, to make an ad. The ad is the Kun Lao Mortal Kombat fucking ring that he sold to the girl, and the girl saying that she sold a house for 250,000 plus, right? Peep the game. Peep the fucking game. Like 2 days ago, 2 days before, a week before, you said you just won $30,000, right? All of a sudden, a girl comes up in your fucking timeline. She sells a house for 250, right? So apparently, and then he's out and about, in a club and everything, and shit like that. So peep the game. So the money that he won is basically the same money that he's using to act like, he just, sold a street sweeper ring, whatever the fuck the ring is, Forest King thingy, you know what I mean? Jackie Chan Kung Fu Hustle fucking ring, right? So now he spent money at the bar, you know what I mean? Like, he's super happy and shit like that. But the thing is, before all that, before he started to hustle with the money that he won from selling the watches, if that's true, you know what I mean? Basically, the motherfucker sends me a message saying he vows revenge on me after I did a video that was positive. He said that he vows revenge on me. So this is the reason why I'm heated. That's the reason why I'm heated, because that shit don't make no sense to me, bro. And that's why I believe this motherfucker's Illuminati, bro. That's why I believe this motherfucker's Illuminati, because it doesn't add up. It doesn't make any sense, bro. Like his shit doesn't make any sense. Like, everything adds up in a way that he looks like a fucking scam artist. Like, everything just falls in line. It's like the synchronicity in the thing that he does is synchronized with scammer. You know what I mean, bro? Like, you want some money, all of a sudden you flying out to the Midwest, you spending money at the bar, you got this girl with you that don't really like you. You know what I mean? Like, she didn't like you, you know what I mean? So that means you paid her to be there, you paid to chill with her and shit like that, right? And you're making it seem like you know what I mean? Like, this, You know, like so I don't know if you peeped the game. I don't know if you saw what was happening, but that's what's going on. You know what I mean? It was a hustle. So this dude, like, I'm like sitting here and why is this guy vowing revenge on me and shit? Like, what the fuck? Where does that come from? Like, why is this guy vowing? Why would you vow revenge on me? Like, that doesn't make any sense, bro. Like, this nigga that y'all fucking with, bro. Shit. You nigga, you better pull your pants up. Nigga, if you know what's good for you, pull your fucking pants up, my nigga, cause you are fucking with the wrong fucking person here, bro. Like, peep the game, use your brain. You got $30,000. Right after you got $30,000, you flying to the Midwest. You out the club, right? Dressed up and all that, talking about you gray man and shit, like bullshit video about being gray man and shit. You know what I mean? Like, yo, these guys are liars, man. Like, they fucking lie, bro. It's what they do, man. It's what they do, bro. And they have no remorse. They have no remorse on the lies that they give to people. Zero scruples. Zero scruples, man. Peep the game. How are you guys not catching this? Like, how are you guys not realizing what's going on? Like, it's so obvious. You know what I mean? It's so obvious, bro. You got $30,000. Now you want to act like somebody sold a house for 250,000 above and shit like that and blah blah blah. Talking about he has big clients and shit. The fuck out of here. You ain't got no goddamn clients, man. You a goddamn liar. You were sent by the fucking Illuminati, whoever the fuck you was sent from. I don't know. Maybe it's not even the Illuminati. Shit. Maybe it's not even the Illuminati. Maybe he's just a guy that hates people. Period. maybe it's a coalition of people that hate people, because it's not the only one. There's a couple people with him, right? So maybe all these dudes that with him just hate people. Period, and they're just like want to fuck people up for some reason. Maybe they were bullied too much when they was in school or some shit, or I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. I have no idea. You know what I mean? Like, I was bullied in school too. Shit, I told you before. I was bullied in school too, man. You know what I mean? But I can't sit. The reason why I don't sit there and cry about how I was bullied is because I was bullied so much that I became a bully after. You know what I mean? So I have no fucking right to act like, I'm a victim, blah, 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 because I was a bully too. You know what I mean? So I can't be like, I'm not one of those people that can be like, oh, I was bullied all my life and blah blah blah. Nah, I got revenge, you know what I mean, for shit. You know what I mean? I got revenge for everything that happened to me. Like, you know what I mean? I lashed out, so I'm not in that space. I can't think. I don't think like people that, because there's people that's been bullied all their life, but it never became bullies. You know what I mean? Like, they just they stuck with it and they got over it and shit like that. Me, for some reason, I just thought differently, man. Like, I was wired differently than other people. So I've been on both sides. So I'm not gonna sit there and try to get people to sympathize for my fucking situation and shit like that, because nah, it's not necessary, man. There's some shit that are unfair that happens to me, which is completely different with the fact that I bullied people or blah blah blah, or I was bullied. That's completely different subject. I don't feel like those two subjects are connected. The fact that I was bullied in school, or that other people bullied me, has nothing to do with the unfairness that happens today, which is way beyond just fucking being bullied at school. We're talking about like political things and political values and shit like that. So that has nothing to do with being bullied at school, and I see that. Thrown around a lot, I see that being thrown around a lot. This whole, I was bullied at school, so now I have a tough exterior and shit like that. Nigga, grow a pair. Like that's my internal bully talking. Like my internal bullies feels like saying like grow a fucking pair, bro. Like suck it up, be a fucking man and suck it up, bro. Like cause you're not the only one. There's a lot of kids that suffer through and they're gonna suck it up. They're gonna be a man and they're gonna suck it up. You know what I mean? So you as an adult, suck it up, man. Like get over it, bro. Because there's kids, 8-year-old, 9-year-old, 10-year-olds, 12-year-olds, they're sucking it up. They're going like they've been bullied all through fucking elementary school, and then they go to high school and they're a completely different person. You know what I mean? But they were bullied the whole time they were in elementary school, and when they get to high school, they suck it up. They become a man, and they change their life as soon as they hit high school. Not everybody is capable, because some people actually wasn't bullied in elementary school and then they start getting bullied in high school. You know what I mean? So suck it up, man. Like, you know what I mean? And that's why I have a little bit of faith in humanity, because the kids that was bullied in elementary school that changed their lives, that sucked it up, right? And they decided to be a man. And when I say be a man, I also mean like be a woman, because girls can be bullied in school too. You catch my, I'm generalizing. Both gender or, in the same phrase here. Like I have faith in humanity, because those kids are going to see somebody else get bullied and they're going to help out the kid that gets bullied some of the time at the best of their capabilities. Because the thing that happened is, if you're a dude that became a man when you entered high school, you don't want to go back to that vibe. You don't want to go back to that energy. So you're going to be like a little bit reticent in helping out the kid being bullied, even though you know how he feels. Right? So you're going to help him out as much as you can, but you're not going to, he's not going to become your friend. It's not gonna, you just, nah. I don't want to feel that anymore. I don't want to feel victimized. I don't want to feel that energy around me. You know what I mean? Like, you don't hate the kid, but you just don't want that to be reattached to you, because it was so hard to like have that not be part of your life. And now, you don't want that shit back at all. But I still have faith, because I know that these kids that are being bullied in high school, they're still going to be supported in some shape or form. They will have some support, not all the time, but they'll have some support. They will make it. You know what I mean? So anyways, man, I feel like that's the deal with these guys, with these fucking Elmeras and all those and friends, bro. I feel like these guys are kind of like, you know what I mean? They want revenge on society, because the thing is, I don't know if these guys was bullied in high school. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know when they were bullied. I don't know if they were bullied in elementary school. I don't know if they were bullied in university. I don't know if they were bullied in college. I have no idea. But it seems to be like what they're doing comes from a place of, I hate humans. You know what I mean? Like, I have a problem with humans. Like, humans are annoying to me. Like, I don't like humans. That's where most of the shit comes from. Because peep the game, right? Like, he's making videos talking about like left hand path voodoo and shit like that. Somebody told me, like, he's saying fuck what somebody told me. He said like he's the one that made voodoo popular on YouTube. Nah, you're not. You didn't make voodoo popular. Voodoo didn't need you to make it popular. You know what I mean? There's no voodoo spirit that was kind of like make me popular. That's bullshit. You know what I mean? Nobody wants that shit. Like, there's no voodoo spirit that's kind of like, yeah, I want to be popular. Nah. Voodoo spirits will tell you best represent. You know what I mean? If you fucking with us, you know what I mean, you gotta represent the game. You know what I mean? You gotta come correct. That they'll tell you. But they're not gonna tell you, yeah, I want to be famous. That's bullshit. They're not gonna tell you, oh, open up a YouTube channel and talk about me all the time. Bullshit. You didn't make voodoo popular. Voodoo is not something that's going to go out of style. Voodoo is not something that, because the people that are in the know will always be in the know. So voodoo doesn't need you. You need voodoo. Voodoo doesn't need you. You know what I mean? Alright, so Fuck all that shit. Voodoo doesn't need you. It's the same thing for most magics anyway. It's the same thing for demonology anyway. With demonology, they like to be a little bit more flamboyant. Demons are a little bit more flamboyant, so they like to they're a little bit more flamboyant. So it's kind of normal if there's a bunch of like quote unquote Satanists or quote unquote Luciferian that talk about like Boone and Bune and folklore and all those guys. So because they like hearing about themselves. you know they like hearing about themselves, man. But voodoo, as somebody that did practice voodoo, I can tell you for a fact, like, I know I have the mental capability of bringing this shit to a whole nother plateau, and I did offer that shit. They told me, we don't need that. We're not interested, really. We don't care. You know what I mean? It's not something that's in their, train of thought. You know what I mean? Because if it was, trust me, I would have did that shit already. So voodoo doesn't need you to make it popular. The voodoo always picks, like, the thing about voodoo spirits is you're chosen when you're chosen, whether it's at birth or after a certain event. You're chosen, so their influence is always spreading. So for this guy to come around and tell me, oh, I'm the one that made voodoo popular on YouTube, bullshit. You know what I mean? Nobody voodoo doesn't need it. Voodoo will never go out of style, and it never was out of style in the first place, ever. In all throughout history, I mean, like, they're in movies. You know what I mean? People always making references in movies about voodoo dolls, effigies and shit like that. People are always scared of voodoo. Like, voodoo is the number one thing. Like, the number one magical fear that people have is voodoo, period. And that's because of media. That's because of television, people, certain individuals in television. So the first fear that people has when something happens is like, oh, somebody's doing voodoo or hoodoo on me. Right? That's the first thing. Nobody says, oh, somebody's doing Wicca on me. You know what I mean? Like, nobody says that, bro. Like nobody said that, oh, somebody's doing black magic. The first thing somebody says, and even if somebody says somebody's doing black magic on me, your first thought is gonna be voodoo. Period. Nobody's gonna say, oh, it's this kind of. Nobody says, oh, somebody's doing Kabbalism on me. You know what I mean? Like, nobody's sitting there saying, oh, Cabal, somebody's practicing Cabal on me, bro. Like, what the fuck? Nobody says that. Nobody ever said that ever, like, period. So that shit will never happen. Like, you didn't make voodoo popular. Voodoo is popular, period. You know what I mean? So that's not you know what I mean? So peep the game, man. Like, peep the game, my dog. Peep the game. Like, yo, wake up, man. Y'all sleeping out here, man. Y'all sleepwalking out here, bro. You're sleepwalking right now, son. Like, yo, if you listening to this man and whatever stupid rant that he has all the time, you sleepwalking. You're a sleepwalker. Period. Period. Like, I'm telling you, just with the last scam, the last Ocean 11 stunt that he pulled, right? Like, you know what I mean? And I don't even mean the Ocean 11 with the guys. I mean, like, he pulled the Ocean 11 with the girls. That movie wasn't that good, man. I'm sorry, man. It could have been better, man. Like, it was cliche as fuck, man. Like, the Ocean 11 with the girls was cliche. It was way too cliche, bro. It was not good, man. I'm sorry. I love Sandra Bullock, but god damn it, man, girl, that wasn't your best movie, man. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I respect Sandra Bullock. She's a great person. She's a very good person. You know what I mean? She's a good person. Shit, like, you know what I mean? Like, that's it's crazy, bro. Like, I don't know. Like, it's. Whew, I don't know, but that if you don't see it, If you don't see it, you'll never see it. Cause that he just pulled the Ocean 11, nigga. You could almost like if you put up all the shit together and you put the Ocean 11 music behind it, it would be a movie. You know what I mean, bro? Like, you could sell that shit as a movie. This nigga, I just gave him some fucking benedictions. All of a sudden, he wants some money. He takes the money, and then he goes see another girl. He's like, you can hear the music beat while he's talking to the girl. I can already see it. Like, he's in the room talking to the girl. You can hear, okay, well, I got this plan, girl. You know, I'm gonna give you this little bit of money right here. All you have to do is, you know, act as if like da 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 da. You don't have to do anything. I'm gonna just do all the Photoshop and shit like that. Ding 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 ding. You know what I mean? That shit was pure Ocean 11, man. That shit some pure shit. So now he's taking the plane and shit. And now he's like, you know, if he took a plane at all, and then, you know what I mean? Like, and then he ends up in the fucking goddamn club and shit, talking all kinds of stupid shit, man. Like, you know, like, hey, man, shit. Yo, peep the game. Look at what just happened, my nigga. And then he's like, and then he acts like a bitch ass nigga. And then he acts like a bitch ass nigga after he got his money, right? After I give him a benediction, he acts like a bitch ass nigga. He wants to stab me in the fucking back, right? And he's like, I vow revenge on you. I'm gonna vow revenge on you and shit, man. Like, bro, like, come on, man. Peep the game. What is y'all do? What is your people doing? What is this? Like, what is this? What the heck is going on? Like, and yo, and the Ocean 11 shit ain't finished. Cause now he's still going after other people. And the thing is, I did a video after that, and I'm like, yo, dog, like this and that, woota, right? Woota. You know what I mean? JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, nigga. I'm Jotaro from JoJo Bizarre, bro. So I'm like, woota. You know what I mean? Giving him the Star Platinum hits. You know what I mean? I'm giving him some Star Platinum hits, bro. Like, right? And this nigga doesn't even come at me. He goes after two other people. Yeah. He goes after two other people, right? He posted both of them. He posted their faces on both the videos he made about these people, like it's something to do, bro. Like it's something to do. Like he's doing something. Like he's doing a favor to the world, my dog. Like you just got Star Platinum, and then you go after two other people, right? And I hope those two other people Star Platinum your ass too. You know what I mean? You know, I hope they Star Platinum your ass, bro. I hope they Star Platinum your ass, bro. Like, I hope they get on your ass. I don't know these people. I don't know. I just saw them because he posted their faces on the fucking thing. So, and I don't think that's right. I don't think that's okay to do that, man. Like, you know, like, first of all, you don't have permission to do that. You don't have the permission to post somebody's fucking picture. Like, I mean, like, it's not a big deal, but you know, because like my content, you can reuse, anybody can reuse my content. Like you could actually reuse my videos. I don't have, like, you can block that when you put a video up. My shit is not blocked, so I don't mind if people actually use my, like, if you want to reuse my content somewhere, I don't really give a shit. You know what I mean? I'd be glad if you did it. But on the negative shit like he does, that ain't right, man. Like, you know, this nigga's just profiting off of our goodness, of our heart, because I'm pretty sure these two people that he attacked, they was kind of like, they saw that they could block their content, and they was kind of like, man, you know what, I'm gonna just let everybody, you know, if they want to, you know what I mean? So at the goodness of our hearts, man, and then you taking our pictures, you put it up on your shit, trying to make yourself look better, and yo, dog, what? Like, how are you being fooled here? How is that you're smarter than this, bro? Like, I know you're smarter than this, man. Like, how you, what? Like, how is, yeah, what part of, because YouTube people know about the YouTube scams. You know what I mean? They might not know about everything else in the world, But YouTube people that are used to watching YouTube, they know about how niggas be rolling on YouTube. So, dude, wow. I mean, like, he's pulling all the stops here, man. Like, there's nothing. I mean, shit. I mean, look at some more Ocean's 11 with the girls he's doing right there, right? Like, this nigga said he was gonna put a curse on me and shit. First curse. The first curse was the zombies. That was the first curse, right? The first curse was the zombies, man. All right, and that, whatever he said, it's gonna take time. Blah 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 blah. That was the first curse, right? Right? I'm not saying it doesn't take time to curse somebody. It does. Sometimes it does take some time. Sometimes it's immediate. Sometimes it happens over time. Whatever. You know what I mean? It happens. So the first curse was the zombie. Right, that was the zombie. You got zombies living in his kitchen and shit like that. He was posting that shit. You know what I mean? And then the zombies transform into like the zombies, but with a box under the kitchen sink. That was the second curse. That was the second curse. The first was the zombie. Now he evolved. He upgraded the zombie with a box under the kitchen. Right. And then the other curse was now the little thing that's in somebody's basement. It was like a little black thing, a little black cadeau. Like I don't know if I don't know whatever. I don't really do curse work, so whatever. So there was a little box, a little black thing. That was the third curse. Now there's a fourth one. There's a fourth curse, nigga. There's a fourth one. You know what I mean? It's kind of, it looks a little bit like the first one, but this one has chains on it and shit like that. Right? Like, so that's 4 curses. You know what I mean? That's 4 fucking shit that he's saying that he's doing. You know what I mean? Because he even said we got some shit for you, man. We got some shit for you. That's the 5th one. That's the fifth threat. Right? When you said we got some shit for you, man. We're gonna do some shit when we got some shit for you, man. So that's 5 things. So peep the fucking game here, man. This nigga did not finish with me, bro. He did not finish with me, man. He didn't finish me, and he's not finished yet, bro. That's 5 different spells. And there's a 6th one. There's the 6th, lucky number 6. You know what I mean? And then he has all the people. He pays all his contacts, right? He pays all his contacts $5,000 a year to curse all of his enemies and all the YouTube people and shit like that. All the people, all his enemies on YouTube, and I think in real life, I don't know, but he kind of mentioned YouTube, so that kind of sounded sketchy too. Like he was trying to, like he was like, he didn't want like somebody in real life be like, oh nigga, like, you know what I mean? Like, cause if you say you cursing everybody and then something bad happens to somebody that lives near you and that don't like your face, he's gonna come at you. You know what I mean? Like, so he kind of mentioned YouTube for some fucking reason, right? So that's number 6. Right? Nigga, peep the game. Peep the Ocean's 11 Women Edition, bro. Peep the Ocean with the music behind it. Dig, 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 dig. You know what I mean? Come on now. Come on, bro. Like, what is y'all doing, man? Like, you know what I mean? Look, I'm not saying this guy has 0 knowledge on voodoo. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is I don't care at this point, bro. Like, I don't even know why somebody, it doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't matter because, you're too negative. You're clout chaser. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? And you're full of shit, dude. You're full of shit. You pulled 5 curses in the space of 2 months to take care of one guy. Fuck you. You're not gonna tell me that you need to do 5 multiple kind of curse work to curse work one person. That, my friend, is complete fucking bullshit. Complete bullshit. And you don't believe me? You don't believe me? Well, he's selling dominance ring over women and shit. You know what I mean? So that's why you know that shit was some fucking Ocean 11 shit, right? You selling rings with dominance and shit. You're gonna go meet a woman, right? Now you talking about how you got that vampire vibe about you and shit like that, which is also something that you, anyways, whatever, right? You saying you've been talking about that vampire vibe for a long ass time right now, man. You meet a girl, the girl's like, you know what I mean, she doesn't even, you know what I mean, she doesn't respect you, bro. She's talking to you like she about to beat your ass, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, bro, like I can hear the music, bro. Ding 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 ding. Bro, so your shit don't work, man. Like, look, ever since I started talking about this guy, bro, like, there's a bunch of people hitting me up on my Instagram. There's a bunch of people hitting me up on my cell phone, on the number I gave you, hitting me up all the time. There's a bunch of people all the time, all hours of the day. There's people that's texting me at like 11 o'clock at night, bro. 11 o'clock at night, I'm fucking sleeping, man. Like, you know, 10 o'clock at night, 11 o'clock at night, there's people texting me talking about, yo, this fucking love magic and shit, man, got me fucked up. Got me fucked up. This love magic got me fucked up. A bunch of people. A bunch of people, man. Shit is crazy, bro. Shit. You know what I mean? A bunch of people coming out saying like, "Oh, he's a scammer. I got receipts. He's a scammer." You know what I mean? He's scamming people. He you know, he dips on people. Like, you know what I mean? He dips on people. He's scamming and shit like that. Like a bunch of people be coming out saying shit like this, bro. Like, you know what I mean? The thing you have to realize is how many people that you know that be like, oh, I'm a scammer or I'm a bullshitter or shit like that. You know what kind of shit that I get on my fucking comment section? I get like, you a dude, you the dude, you smart, you're powerful. I can sense your power. I know you real. I can see that. That's what I get on my fucking channel. And I know you don't get shit about me on your channel because there's nothing to say. Because anybody that works with me, they feel the magic. And if you don't feel the magic, then that's because there's something going on with you that's not coordinating with the magic. Because I did have an experience with somebody, her energy was not coordinating with what she was asking for. So that happened recently. But she knows that it's her energy that's not coordinating with the shit. You know what I mean? And that there's nobody, everybody that works with me, they feel it, man. They feel it. They see it. They feel it. It's scary. I mean, there's some people that do one thing with me, they don't even want to do more. You know, because they didn't think like it was like that powerful. You know what I mean? They didn't know that it was gonna act like. And so when something that powerful has control over your life, you don't really want to. You know what I mean? Like, you don't really want that shit to, like, it's like, you know, like, that's a little bit too powerful. Maybe, you know, I don't want to be like, you know, I don't want to be a slave to this thing. Whatever this thing is, I don't want this thing to attach, like, it has too much power over my life, man. You know what I mean? But we getting messages, we getting a bunch of messages, you know, people, yo, this, that, this, and that, this, and that. You know what I mean? How many people hook you up with shit like that? Nobody. Fucking Ocean's 11 women's edition, man. Because the guy edition was good. Ocean 11 and Ocean 12, that was a good movie, man. But the girl version, that was shit. Nah, man, that was not. It was not good. They could have made it good. They could have made it good, bro. They was just lazy with it. It was just lazy with it. I find it disrespectful too. It's kind of like it has a negative. It's like a negative kind of connotation behind it. Kind of like, you know, oh, they're girls, so they can't be as, you know, as wise as the guys are. You know, because the guys are slick. The guys in Ocean's 11, they're slick. You know, they pickpocketing and shit and blah blah blah, dressing up good, blah blah blah. Like you don't even know, right? Like you'd look at them, you would never know, right? The girl edition was kind of like cliche shit, you know what I mean? It was kind of like, you know, a bunch of street hustle tricks and, you know, that. I'm sorry, man, but it's true, bro. So y'all peep the game, man. Peep the game. Peep the game, bro. That shit, come on, bro. Like, how much proof do you need, bro? Like, shit. God damn. I mean, like, that's crazy. I mean, like how much shit do you need, bro? That's six or seven spells. That's 6 and 7. Y'all remember I made a video talking about, look, those Illuminati guys. They had like people working on me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, man, 100. Yo, I'm repeating the same. The history's repeating itself, man. This nigga had like 6 or 7 fucking different spells on one dude, right? It's the same shit. I'm not lying, bro. Like that's like, you know, like I'm not lying, bro. Like this shit for real, bro. These niggas, these people, like the difference. The thing is, the reason why you gotta be careful who your guru is because you might be stronger than the guru that you fucking with, but you don't know that because you don't have that much confidence in yourself. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, man, 100% of the people that listen to El Mara are probably stronger than El Mara. 100 fucking percent, bro. 100%. 7 spells. Like a nigga like me, 1 spell is enough. You know what I mean? Like 1 spell is enough. Like not 7, 6. I don't need 3,000 witches to throw curses at people at the same. Nah. Like, you know, 1 spell is enough, bro. One person and 1 spell. That's it. You know what I mean? And you don't even have to try that hard. Like, you know, like sometimes the demons just want to help you out. You know what I mean? Because you be doing some good work and shit, and they'll be like, you know what? Let me at him. You know what I mean? Give me a piece of that Let me at him, bro. Like, it is what it is, man. You know. So there's when you're 5 dimensional, that's why you gotta. It's important to learn a lot of things because you could be dangerous. You can end up being a very dangerous person. You know, I'm a dangerous person. You know, and I'm not saying that because I want to feel like a badass or blah blah blah. No, that shit can happen to you too. And being a dangerous person is not necessarily a good thing. It's not necessarily a good thing because what I mean by dangerous means you might do some things sometimes and you didn't mean to do that. That's not what you wanted to do, you know. That's because there's certain things you need to learn. You need to learn how to actually like harness your power or like use your power correctly and shit. So you got to go through this whole process of learning and shit. So when you enter when you're a good student, and shit, and you're listening to the powers that be, the real powers that be talking to you, which in my case that would be me. You know what I mean? And when they're talking to you and you learn and you're sitting there and you're taking in the information as a student, you know what I mean? That's a good thing, and you'll realize that you're just as powerful as I am. You know, at the end of the day. Because the power that I'm talking to y'all right now, like I said before in my other video, this is primordial fire shit, man. This is primordial power shit. It's not, you know, it's not a game. It's not some kid shit. It's not, you know, this is your birthright, bro. Like everybody is born with primordial fire. Everybody's born from the primordial fire. Like that's the real alpha. The primordial fire is the real alpha, man. Like you know, so if you can tap into that power, man, you the dude, you the dude. You know what I mean? You're the girl, you're the girl. That's why I'm trying to. That's where I'm trying to head to direct you towards instead of listening to this shit. Man. Let's face it, man. I don't want to, you know, like the left hand. He practicing the left hand path of voodoo. I don't even think he's. I don't know. I don't know, man. Like, anyways, man. Like me, if it was me, I would be disinterested in practicing left hand path shit because of him. Because I'd be like, man, that's it. Just do a bunch of, you know, make people go crazy and shit. Like, That's some bullshit right there, man. Like, I want to, I want to throw some fireballs. Like, I want to make some fucking money. You know what I mean? I want to make some money. I want to, I want some real shit. I want to create shit. You know what I mean? I want to build businesses, man. Like, that's the kind of shit I want. I don't need that fucking, love magic and shit like that, man. Like, you know what I mean? And that's bullshit right there, man. And I'm a Sith Lord, but I'll tell you what. Before I was a Sith Lord, I was a Jedi, right? And there's some principles. The hypocrisy of Sith Lords is that there is some disciplines that the Jedi have that we take over towards the Sith. You know what I mean? So what I mean by that, I'm gonna speak personally because this is not the case for every Sith Lord out there, but this is my discipline that I took and brung over to my Sith Lordism. You know what I mean? Which is the notion of love. The notion of love is, you know what I mean, like love leads to emotions, emotions leads to fear, fear leads to anger, anger leads to hate, hate leads to damnation, ruins, right? So to me, I feel like I'm in a vibe where I'm kind of like, man, I can love somebody, I can give my heart to you, man, but at the same time, I'm not gonna give my heart to you. Like it's easy. It's not. I'm. If you're there, if you want to be loved, I'll love you. But as soon as you start flipping out, or as soon as you start to like not be able to reciprocate the love, I'll shut myself off completely. And that's not a bad thing. There's nothing wrong with doing that. As a matter of fact, it's to keep me from doing something stupid. It's to keep I shut myself off completely so like that I don't fall into hate because I don't need to hate you. You don't love me, you don't love me. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with it. If at first I looked alluring to you, you know what I mean? Um, that's good. That's fine. That's great, man. Let's go do some things. You know what I mean? But if at the end you're kind of like, well, you know what? This ain't working out. That's fine too. I don't have to hate you. Like, why would I need to hate you? I don't need to hate you. I don't need to do magic on you to keep you around and shit like that. You taught something. You tried it, and I congratulate you for trying it instead of not trying it because there's a lot of people that would not try it. There's a lot of people that would be like, nah, maybe, but I'm kind of scared or I'm not sure, and things like that. You went out to find out if this shit was for you or not, and that takes bravery. You know what I mean? That takes bravery. That takes courage. So I have to congratulate you on taking the time to go see what this strange, undiscovered thing is. You know what I mean? So why would I hate somebody for doing that? I don't have a right to hate you because you don't like me anymore. And it's not like you don't like me anymore. It's just you don't want that to happen. You know what I mean? You don't feel like you need to connect yourself on that level with me. That doesn't mean that you hate me, and that doesn't mean that I hate you. You know what I mean? And that's a principle that the Jedi have. It's not a principle that the Sith have because the Sith are like, be emotional. You know what I mean? Be emotional and go crazy and show your passion. But the thing is, it's a hypocrisy, like I said before, because if you talk to a Sith Lord, not a Sith Master, you know what I mean? The Sith gods, right? They'll they're gonna tell you it's okay for you to feel that way. They're gonna tell you it's okay for you to lash out and to be angry because you have passion, you have fire, but at the same time it's kind of like you need to let it go. They're gonna tell you that you need to let it go. You need to reconnect with yourself. You need to come back to yourself in order to gain more power. And that experience, they're gonna tell you that experience that you just had is was just a learning process. Now you know a little bit more about yourself, so it's not that bad. You don't need to do all that. You know what I mean? And it's important for a Sith Lord to let the emotional rule pass by, because there's some people that wasn't Jedi's. You know what I mean? So they have to live that experience to feel that power, to feel that anger, to feel that those emotions, that passion. They need to feel it in order to recognize it and to know what it is, and probably maybe later on use it at their advantage. You know, as of somebody that was a Jedi and then they became a Sith, they already know. You know what I mean? Like it's just the Jedi says it in a different thing. The Jedi are more like, they're more like, it's more not aggressive, but I wouldn't say aggressive, but it's more, how do you say, dang it, give me a second here. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. Extreme. Sorry, my bad. There was some noise in the background too. So it's more extreme, like, give me a second. Yeah, so it's more extreme, like it's more like they're very radical with that ideal. It's like, don't love. You know what I mean? It's like, if you're a Jedi, you're kind of like, do not love. Period. You can't do that. That's bullshit. You can't spend your whole life not loving. That's craziness. All right. So that's why the Sith got, makes more sense on that bear, because you can't spend your whole life not loving somebody. You can't spend your whole life not having any passion. You can't spend your whole life. That's ridiculous. It doesn't make any sense. So, but at the same time, there's a very valuable lesson to learn from the Jedi's point of view on love and the Sith's point of view on love, which actually connects themselves to the same thing at the end of the day. You know, so, like I said before, I think you guys understand. I know I'm using a lot of Jedi and Sith analogy here, but I think you get what I'm trying to say. It's pretty simple, actually, if you think about it. So right now I'm kind of like, this is why I don't really trust this dude. Like, you know what I mean? And that's why you shouldn't trust this dude. That's why you shouldn't listen to this dude, because he's teaching you about, like, nothing. He's just saying a whole bunch of shit. And most of the time it's negative, and if he's not teaching, he's clout chasing. Like, whatever. So, like I said before, if I based myself on the left hand path, just looking at him, I wouldn't try anything in the left hand path of voodoo. I wouldn't try anything from the left hand path of voodoo. And me myself, like I told you before, I'm petro. Like, you know what I mean? And I was born like that. You know what I mean? I'm a petrol guy. You know what I mean? I'm a petrol lower. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? And a lot of Haitians are petro. Like, you know what I mean? A lot of Haitians are petrol. Like, a lot of Haitians are petrol lowers. You know what I mean? Um, it is what it is. It is what it is. If you're Haitian, there's a very high probability that you're a petrol lower. You know what I mean? Because we come from that. We come from that fire. We come from that fire. We're a fire nation. You know what I mean? Um, well, actually, we're supposed to be a water nation, but we're more aligned towards. We're actually more aligned towards primordial fire than we are aligned towards receptivity and sciences. Right? We're more passionate. We're more into that. The rhythm of life, the rhythm of bass, all that shit. Right? So it's complicated, but anyway. But I said that just to let him know, what I mean? Like, you know. But like I said before, I don't practice, you know, uh, voodoo. I just am who I am. It has nothing to do, and all the things I say, I don't say it because I want to make it myself seem like I'm some kind of ultimate badass, some shit like that. No, I'm saying these things because those things are things that you also are capable of achieving. That's the only reason why I'm saying it. So every time you hear me say something, that's something that you can do too. Or else I wouldn't say it, because I'm not. I'm not insensitive, and I'm not, dim-witted. I'm very aware that it might sound like I'm trying to make myself look bigger than I am, but I'm not. I'm actually telling you that you can do those things too. I'm actually telling you that I'm trying to learn you those things. I'm also telling you that I won't learn those things to everybody. you know I will give you some teardrops from here and there. I will give you some teardrops here and there, but I'm not going to give you the whole shebang there, you know what I mean? Although that little conversation we just had about love, that's very interesting, and you should think about it, you know what I mean? Because love is not something that people are supposed to feel so much emotions behind. I mean, it's good to love, but you're supposed to love everything. You're supposed to love everything. You're supposed to love everything the same way you love your women. You're supposed to want to put a hole in a tree and stick your penis inside it, man. Like, you know what I mean, bro? You're supposed to love everything the same way. So the way that you love your women, you're supposed to love everything the same way. And you're supposed to love all the women the same way, right? You can't be with them because you're a one woman man, and that's fine. But just because you're a one woman man, you should not disrespect other women because you want, and if your women can't respect you for loving everybody the same way, then she needs to do some homework. She needs to work on yourself. I mean, if she wants to break up the relationship, that's fine. But you need to tell her, girl, I like you, I love you like all the children in the world and all the my mom and that blah 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 whatever, all the trees in the world, but you obviously can't respect that I love everything the same. So you're gonna need to go and find out why I love everything like this. Like, you're gonna need to go, because that's important work. That means there's a work she hasn't done yet, and she's not ready to have a relationship with you, man. She's not ready to have a relationship with you. She'll be ready to have a relationship with you when she can also love everything the same. You know what I mean? And of course, you can still feel jealousy from here and there. You can still feel jealousy here and there. You're human. You're not perfect, and it's normal for her also to feel a little bit of jealousy. It's normal. But if there are outbursts and like it creates like a negative environment in your relationship, if it creates a negative environment in your relationship, then that's because she still needs to do some work. You know what I mean? And vice versa. You know what I mean? But it's easy for me to say her because men are more inclined to know these things, and they're more inclined to respect it in the spiritual world, not in everyday life. It's two different things. In everyday life, most people are trying to figure out this whole spiritual shit. But in the spiritual world, there are more men that understand this than there are women that understand this. And I'm not saying it's women's fault. I'm not saying it's men's fault. Well, it's a little bit of man's fault, but it's not the spiritual man's fault. It's the material man's fault that these women think the way they think. Because unlike us men, we're more used to working out. We're more used to working. So we have this ingrained idea in our genetics of working things out. Women don't have that. They don't have this ingrained idea of working things out because they've been taught that they were supposed to be a passenger in life. They weren't taught to be like you could be a primordial fire, you could be a Sith Lord, you could be a Sith Master or a Sith Lord, you could be the king or queen of whatever, Timbuktu and shit, whatever you want. Women were never told that. It's always men that's always been told that. So for us, understanding these things is a normal process. It's not homework to us. Women see this shit as homework. They see it to be hard. So it's not hard for a man to, like, if a man really wants to know about all these spiritual processes, a man will pick up a book. You know what I mean? They will like start researching and studying and all kinds of shit. They're gonna be completely consumed by it, right? But women aren't built that way. They weren't taught to be like that. So you have to understand, just the same way as dudes, as black people have good genetics because of slavery, tell yourself it's the same thing. Because in the time of slavery, women wasn't shit. They couldn't talk, they couldn't vote, they couldn't work. And it's been like that until, so it's been like 500 years that women were taught to be, subservient, animals. You know what I mean? Even, and it's only today that we're slowly coming out of that. So you have to understand, women are not thinking the same way, and it's only by chance that men actually think like this. So it's only normal that a woman follows a man, especially in the spiritual path. But the thing is, the woman still needs to do a little bit of the legwork to understand that she's not supposed to follow just any fucking guru. Like, find somebody that makes sense. You know what I mean? Find somebody that's gonna bring something to your life. Like, find somebody that's gonna bring some change into your life. You know what I mean? Don't just go like, randomly picking, somebody out of a hat. You know what I mean? And women are intelligent. Women are receptive. They're natural water elements, right? Even if they're fire, they're still, all women are representative of water. And water is stream, water is current, water is electricity. So a woman actually has more power in her than she actually even knows. Like, and as a spiritual guy, I had to fight. Like, the moon is a woman, right? And everybody's fighting the moon right now, and the moon doesn't give a fuck who you are or how powerful you are. If the moon decides that everybody's gonna have a bad weekend, a bad week, or a bad day, you're gonna have a bad day. You're gonna have a bad week. You know what I mean? It's just this. I don't know what the moon's problem is recently, but for the past like 5 years, the moon's been on a fucking rampage. You know what I mean? And there's nobody that can do shit about it. Doesn't matter who you are. Doesn't matter how much voodoo you do. Doesn't matter how much demons you know. If the moon says, I'm mad, so everybody's shit is gonna get fucked up, that's what's gonna happen. And there's nobody that's gonna tell you the contrary. That's what's going on right now. Everybody's scared of the moon. Like, I'm scared of the moon. Like, every time if I look at the horoscope, I'm kind of like, shit. I hope the moon ain't gonna try to fuck everything up today. You know what I mean, bro? Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's a woman. She's mad. She's pissed off. Like, and she's unstoppable. That's the worst part. She's an unstoppable force. You know what I mean? It's like, like Kali, right? Kali is a woman. She's an unstoppable force. Shit, she's so strong. She even unknowingly took down Shiva, right? Like, she didn't do it on purpose. It's just she was so in it. She was ripping and killing everything, and she clocked Shiva at the same time. She didn't do it on purpose. You know what I mean? But that's how strong she is. She's even capable of clocking Shiva, which is actually like God and everything. So, it is what it is. Women are more powerful than they know, and that's you know like, it's even devils in the details, right? Like, Shiva, she's a woman. She's very powerful, and she clocked her husband, but she didn't do it on purpose. You know what I mean? She clocked him out. She knocked him out cold, right? But she didn't do it on purpose. Like, she didn't. That's because she wasn't thinking. You know what I mean? So there's a little bit. She doesn't know. I wouldn't say Shiva doesn't know how strong she is, but there's a correlation between a regular woman, a human-made flesh, a flesh person that some people would call a woman, is walking around town not knowing how strong she is, right? That's a perfect representation. So if that woman is looking at a picture of Kali, you need to understand what you're looking at, right? You're looking at Kali. You got a big poster of Kali in your house, and you're a woman, and you're looking at the picture. You're looking at the picture. You're looking at the picture. You're meditating, but at the same time, do you understand what you're seeing right here, man? I mean, of course, you can't beat up Shiva whenever you want. It's still Shiva, but you have to understand that you're one of the only person that could do something to Shiva. You know what I mean? Which is more than most can say. You know what I mean? Like even other women can't take down Shiva. Even other gods can't take down Shiva. He's like the alpha, you know what I mean? But you, Kali, you know, the woman of women can actually knock them out. So it's like a cautionary tale of knowing your own strength. You know what I mean? Because if she knew her own strength, she would have she wouldn't have knocked him out. She would have been like, "Oh, I'm heading towards Shiva. Let me turn my storm, my tornado somewhere else." You know what I mean? So it is what it is, man. You know, but a lot of women are not on that level right now because all of y'all are looking for dicks. You're looking for penis. You are looking for penis, woman. You need to stop looking for penis. It's all right to want somebody's penis, but don't just look for the penis, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, life has a lot more to offer you than just the penis. Life has more to offer you than just a fucking penis, man. You know what I mean? Take the penis, but take something more out of the penis. All right, I'm out of here, man. Peace out. Have a good one.